Hey guys, how are you? I'm so excited to be back and I'm so glad that I'm back. I thank God that He has kept us for such a moment as this. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl T.D. Thompson, and I welcome each and every one of you. If you're coming here for the first time, thank you for giving me a chance. And if you're coming back, thank you for sticking around. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Sure, guys, it's very hot in most parts of South Africa, so I really hope that you're taking care of yourself wherever you are. Hydrating, keeping cool, staying indoors, especially for the little ones, guys. Let's just take care of them. Make sure that they don't play in the sun. We know how dangerous the sun can be, especially for kids. So let's just make sure that we take care of ourselves and our families. And yeah, so today I wanted us to talk about the dangers of waiting for the perfect moment, or the perfect timing rather, before you start whatever it is that you know that you need to start. Waiting for that perfect moment before you start. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know some of you out there have business ideas and you haven't started because you're waiting for the perfect moment. Let me give you an example. So I'm still using the green barcoded South African ID. I've been lazy to go to the Home Affairs, to go and apply for the smart card. I know you can also do it online, but I was just like, why? I can still use my green book most. Until I came up with this stupid idea that okay, I will get the new ID when I get married. Crazy, right? But the thing is, guys, when I came up with that idea, the possibilities of getting married were very high. I think then I was engaged. Yes, I was engaged to get married. The days were set and everything. So it didn't sound or look like a far-fetched thing. It did look possible that it could happen, but then it didn't happen. And then years went by and I kept on saying, okay, it's fine, somebody else is gonna come around, I am going to get married, I will change my ID then. I think it's been more than 10 years. More than 10 years, I still have the same ID and the condition is not good at all. And this is so embarrassing, especially because of the kind of work that I do. I'm the one who used to tell people about the importance of making sure that their IDs are in good conditions and so on. And yet I'm the one who is holding on to this green book, that needs to be thrown away because the condition is not good at all. So what I'm trying to say is, while I was holding on to this stupid idea to say that I will do it, when the circumstances are okay for me, when it suits me, then I will do it. But then, like I said, the condition of the ID was deteriorating. It was not going to get better. And who knows, because I was linking this to me getting married. What if my husband was waiting for me at the Home Affairs, was waiting for me to go to the Home Affairs, to actually go to the Home Affairs, and there I was, I'm waiting for the husband before I go to the Home Affairs. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Please don't go around telling people that I said I have a husband waiting for me at the Home Affairs. It's just an idea that I'm using to try to make you understand, because I think the scary part of all this is what we miss in the process. While you're waiting for the perfect moment, while you're only looking at that single perfect moment, what is it that you're missing out on? Do you understand what I'm saying? You could be missing out on a lot. When I think about it, guys, it's not only about businesses. You have people who holding on to this idea that they're waiting to get rich before they get married. Yeah, waiting to be millionaires before they get married because they want this big wedding. There's nothing wrong with that, but guys, not all of us are going to have big weddings. You know, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but we cannot compare. You can't look at other people and think that your life is also going to pan out the same. You get what I'm saying? You also get people who left their homes, you know, who left their homes for greener pastures. I mean, went to different towns for work, and they haven't returned home. Why? Because they're waiting for the perfect moment. They're waiting until they make it before they return home. They're waiting until they buy a new car before they go back home. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's my message today. What I want to say is that don't wait. If you have an idea, if you know that there's something that God has deposited into your spirit, there's something that God keeps on telling you that you need to do it. Don't wait. He will provide the resources. Look at me, for example. On the first video that I posted, I did mention that I was also waiting for, you know, to have the perfect equipment, the perfect phone to take videos and so on, because I just felt that my phone doesn't meet the standards, you know, to take like the beautiful videos that we normally see on YouTube and so on. But because the conviction in me was so strong, I had to do it, you know. I had to let go of that perfect moment. I've heard pastors saying, you know, or asking rather, what is waiting on the other side of your obedience? So I had to think about that, because I knew that on the other side of my obedience was not obedience, disobedience. Obedience. Yeah, obedience. Okay. What is waiting on the other side of your obedience? I knew that it was a girl, a boy, anyone who has the similar background as I do, you know, who needs to hear my story and know that it is possible to make it out of that. You understand? I knew that there was a single mother waiting on the other side who's waiting to hear that it doesn't matter if you're a single mother, you're raising kids by yourself, anything is possible, you know. You can also be successful in your life. You can also pursue your dreams, make your dreams come true. It is possible, you know. It's a lot. So I think what we miss most of the time is that we think that these things are all about us, you know. The dream that you have, you know, the purpose that God has deposited into you, you think that it's all about you, and it's not. And you're missing that there are other people who are waiting for you on the other side. Or maybe your blessing is waiting on the other side of your obedience. So I just want to challenge you to think about that, because we are also taught that we need to, you know, cherish the waiting, the process of waiting. We need to cherish that. We can't just sit and wait, you know, for that blessing or the perfect moment, and then only then we'll give testimonies and praise God. We need to praise God while we're waiting. So that means that while you are waiting, you need to find ways that you can be grateful and use what you have to start. You know, that's all I wanted to say. Actually, I normally, you know, if you listen to me, most of the time I make reference to myself, and I think sorry about that, guys. I think most of the time, especially if you believe that God has called you for the certain purpose, for that particular purpose rather, we tend to forget that it's not about us. Excuse me. It's not about us, but it's about the other people that are waiting on the other side. Myself, for example, what I'm doing here, I'm not doing this to be famous. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not doing this to be famous. Actually, somebody very close to me was not in support of this idea of me starting a YouTube channel. Okay, actually not the channel. They were not against the channel, but they were against the fact that I said I wanted to talk about myself. I wanted to talk about my experiences and, you know, testimonies. They were aware of what kind of information I was going to put out there, what I'm going to share, and they're really concerned and understand where they were coming from, to say that are you sure, you know, that this is what you want to do? Because I mean, you are just being vulnerable, you know. You're letting people that you don't know into your life, and we all understand the risks, those risks that, you know, I'm up against. And because I understood that it was not about me, I said, yeah, I'm fine, I'm gonna do it in anyway. Because for me, I just couldn't, I had to obey the calling, you know. It did not matter if somebody comes up here, maybe on the channel, have a negative comment or whatever, because like I said, I've got I almost said I have baggage, but guys, I've been through a lot in life, and I do believe that I need to tell testimonies. I need to speak about my experiences so that people who have gone through the same can find encouragement from my story. I'm not doing it to be famous at all. That's why it was very important for me to start even without, you know, the fancy equipment, phones or whatever. That's why it was very important for me to start. So I just wanted to encourage you, you know, it does not matter what it is that you believe that you need to start. You know, some of you out there have the potential to become, you know, the best vloggers, you know, YouTubers, content creators out there, but you're waiting until you're waiting for the perfect moment. You're waiting until you have the best apartments, you know, to shoot videos. You're waiting until you get the best wardrobe, you know. You're waiting until you start glowing. You're waiting for a lot of things, and you're missing out because there's something that you currently have, you know, that you are taking for granted. You might not see it, but I'm telling you right now that there's something that you currently have that you can use to start, that you're taking for granted. The bigger picture is not the perfect moment. I mean, I'm gonna go back to me. I'm not your, as much as I believe that I need to speak about my experiences on YouTube, I'm not necessarily the best speaker. I know that. I'm aware of that, you know. And because I understood the importance of doing this, I was not gonna wait until I go for classes, speaker classes or whatever they call them, until I'm the best speaker. I had to do it now. Sometimes I listen to myself, I listen to the videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the English is not Englishing. And I know some of you can also hear it, but it's fine. It's fine, because you guys are going to be my witnesses. I'm gonna grow while I'm on this platform, but I would have started. My blessing will find me here with you guys. So you guys are going to witness. You are the ones who are going to say, hey, do you remember when she started? The grammar was not, you know, was not make sure. And I know that I can write. I'm a good writer, but when it comes to speaking, I struggle. You know, I get nervous, I stutter, I forget my words and so on. But like I said, I understood that I had to do this. I'm not going to wait for the perfect moment. That perfect moment will find me here, you know. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. That's what I wanted to say, actually. Let us not wait for the perfect moment. Let us start now. Understand your purpose. Understand you know, this purpose that God has deposited into you. And like I said, think about it. Who or what is waiting on the other side of your obedience? I'm sure you've heard that before, so I'm going to say it again. I am going to say it again, and I want you to learn to be grateful. Let us cherish our humble beginnings. You know, I think that's the problem. Maybe it's because when you go to social media, YouTube, wherever, Instagram, all we see is people who are living these perfect lives, and it's okay. I'm happy for them, but most of them don't really show where they started, you know. But then you must also think, guys, you know, not everybody is you know, born into a wealthy family or whatever. Even if they are, I'm sure they also have struggles of their own, you know. So the problem is that we see people, you know, posting these vacations or whatever they call them, and you think that's what their life is all about. They also have challenges that they're going through, and like I said, they also started somewhere. That's why it's very important for me to share all these what can I say, all these you know, humble beginnings, the not so nice moments or truths about myself, because I don't want to come here and then pretend to be this perfect. I'm not perfect at all. Actually, I'm very far from being perfect, and it is very important for me to make you aware of that, to make sure that you are aware of that you don't need to be perfect to do 1 2 3, you know. To make your dreams come true, you don't need to be perfect. Like, I am not perfect, like I said, but I'm gonna make sure that I live out my purpose, you know. So guys, like I normally say, please share your experiences as well. Please interact, guys. I so want to hear about your about you. This is not about me. Like I said, I'm not doing this to be famous or, you know, to get people to feel sorry for me. I don't want that. I want us to encourage one another. I want us to learn together. Like I said, I'm going to do, I know that there's a huge room for improvement, and I'm so excited because you guys are going to experience it. You guys are going to see it, and you and I are going to grow together. As I grow in my you know, in my space, I also want you to grow in your respective space, in whatever that you're doing in life. So let's do that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys, and I just want to wish you all well. You know, don't take yourself for granted, or don't take your don't look down on yourself. Actually, that's what I want to say. Embrace your humble beginnings. They're not so perfect parts of your life. Embrace those. There's a reason why you're going through that, you know. So embrace them. It does even say in the word of God that as we wait for him, as we wait for those blessings, our strength shall be renewed. You know, your strength is renewed while you are waiting, while you are working. You're not just waiting, but you're also doing something. You're praising God, you're hoping, you know, you're working. So I know I probably said this more than once, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Love you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like, share, and comment. I love you. Bye. See you next time.